he was in the spirit on the Lord's day, which is the day, the Sabbath day. And he heard a voice behind him as a trumpet. So if you hear a voice behind you loud like a trumpet, what you gonna do, brother? You gonna turn around and look, right?
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
The same book right here today. Told John, whatever you see, write it in a book.
Verse 12.
And I turned to see the voice that spoke with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks.
Oh, he saw 7 golden, you see that on his shirt? It's called the menorah. So when John looked back, he saw 7 candlesticks. So let's keep going.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
So in the middle, you see the middle of it? Yahweh Shah was standing right in the middle. He said, hey, it look like the Son of Man. Because remember, John walked with him before. So they called, that was another title for Jesus, the Son of Man. So he said, when I look back, it looked like somebody like Jesus. They keep going.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So like a WWE belt. He was a man of war. He had a gold belt around his waist.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
How your hair look, brother? so who got woolly hair in the world, brother? Do that picture do? That's strike 1, right? Precept.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
So this speaking of the Father, the Ancient of Days, because he got no beginning nor end. So Daniel say, I looked up and I seen the Ancient of Days say he had hair like pure wool. So that's why when Jesus said, you seen the Father, you seen me. He look just like my dad. But we're going to continue on him.
And his eyes,
Go back here to half.
his Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Like your hair, brother.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes was red. This man got blue eyes, right? Do you wonder why his eyes red, or do you want us to continue? Because we can bring out why his eyes were red. He want to hear why his eyes red. Get that in Genesis.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
So why his eyes were red, brother? Because he drunk wine. When us people color drink, our whites of our eyes turn red. Now let's continue on that.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet, which is your feet the same color of your body, right? So what color is brass? Like a penny or a trumpet. It's like a derivative of brown, right? And if you look around, all those brothers got certain colors of brown on our body right now. Even you, yellow man. You got something, right? So his feet was the color of bronze, but let's see how dark it was.
As if they burned in a furnace.
That's right.
His feet were how dark?
As if they burned in a furnace.
So he was like, what? Wesley Snipes or somebody. That's how dark he was, brother. But they gave us this picture. You know why? So it made me look at you like, man, that's just a nigga. But when the white man walk by, I get to pulling my pants up, changing my voice. You see what I'm saying, brother? So that came with hate. That made us hate each other. But now to know that he looked like me and you, guess what? I love my brother even more. I respect my brother even more.
That's right.
So let me get that. Now we need to see what color his the Jews was according to the Bible. Because we see he was black. See, he was dark black, right?
Out.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourned, and the gates thereof languish.
So the Bible says Judah, which is the American black, they mourn. Who mourning more than the black people? Oh, my cousins ain't got gunned down. My little nephew in jail. Grandma got diabetes. Little brother got AIDS. Nobody mourning like us, right? The gates do it.
They languish.
Now the gates made to protect you. But God said our gates have language, which means they fail. We have no protection, right?
They are black unto the ground.
Nah, they white.
They are black unto the ground.
So the Jews are black unto the ground. So let me get that in Genesis, what he made man of the dust of the ground. We're going to jump to the point with the brother. Here we go, right here.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
What color is that, brother? Same color as, right? But the deeper you dig, the darker it gets.
That's right.
So now, we just prove color. Right now, that's all we stuck to is color. Now we need to prove for a fact how we know that you're a Jew, brother. Let me get Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. Because this is what God said would happen if we did keep His commandment. And you remember we read in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, He said, I love you more than everybody on the face of the earth. We sound racist, right? Let's see what this sound like.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So Moses telling the 12 tribes that if y'all do keep God's commandments, He gonna set y'all on high above every nation on the earth. Get me? So let's see why we in this state we living in right now, though. Like why we living like this? If the Most High told us that, what happened? Right? Like why we ain't living like that? Right? Let me get 15.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments and His statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now He says, since y'all, if y'all don't listen, curses gonna come over y'all. Now don't it look like we cursed as black people?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So who cursed in every city you done been to, brother? Who filling up the project? Who gunning down each other? Who the police gunning down? Oh, so the white folks ain't cursed in the city? Oh, no, I'm saying who cursed in the city? What? Is us, right? Alright, so, but before we go there, let me get verse 46 to show you why we reading these curses. Like, what these curses gonna identify?
Deuteronomy 28:46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses we read gonna be on His people for a sign, for a wonder, and on our children forever. So how we know this is in part? We see a sign, right? So God said, how you gonna know my people? How you gonna identify them? Because these curses we finna read. You with me? So 16, let me get 16. No, matter of fact, let's jump to 19.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
So Moses said, y'all gonna be cursed when you're born and when you die. So think about who's cursed when they die. I mean, when they born. Like, you might have a baby, and the doctor might, man, that baby probably going to the project. Hey, the father didn't even come see him born. Hey, that's a crack baby, right? That's us, right? But not only when we come in, but when we die. So who died cursed as a people? Who died cursed as a people? Because, for example, I told you, hey, brother, John just died. You're going to be like, how? Because we die in so many ways, right? But if I be like, hey, man, you know that white man we used to work for, he died. Yeah, you don't really think, oh, he probably died in sleep. Probably died of a heart attack, eat too much, right? But we died cursed as a people. So let me get verse 32.
Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and bear with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So whose children was given into another people, and they had no power to do nothing about it? Whose children was given into another race of people, and they had no power to do nothing about it? I was right. All right, let me get verse 30 right quick.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build that.
Hold on, stop right, chill. Now he said, Moses telling the 12 tribes that y'all gonna have a wife, but another man gonna lay with her. When did that happen? They show it all the time on movies. Slave master, come get your wife, and then you can do about it, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 31. In verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
So now, not only another man gonna take your wife, you gonna build up America, but you ain't gonna dwell up in these places. Like we'll dwell in the White House, dude. Then he said you gonna plant a vineyard, but you ain't gonna gather the grapes. We planted the cotton field, but we don't own cotton, dude.
Teach, Cap.
So as you can see right now, we just bringing out curses, right? Verse 36.
Verse 36. Yahuwah shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
So when did that happen? Like, think about this. When Christopher Columbus came to the Native Americans, they never seen a man that color. Right? When they came to Africa and got the rest of us on these ships, we never seen nobody look like that. So let's read it again, let them understand it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
So once this nation that we never see, they were going to be set over us, and we were going to start serving other gods, wood and stone. So think about this. What is the wood and stone that got to do with God, right? So think about it as a child. They burnt the crosses in our yard, KKK, right? But that's the same cross in church today. Ain't something wrong or off with that. But if somebody say, I ain't no Christian, or I ain't into the Christianity, what they gonna say? I'm a Muslim. So that's that stone. So wood and stone. Because they go to Mecca once a year and bow down to a stone. So let's keep going, verse 37.
Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So now, once you under these nations, you're going to become an astonishment. Like, wow, look how they killing each other. Look how they selling dope to each other. Look how she come out naked in front of everybody. That's an astonishment to these other nations, right? It's a astonishment and a what?
And a proverb.
A proverb is like a famous saying. Black people love chicken. Or an elevator can raise up a family, but a black man can't. We'll be known by these proverbs.
And a byword.
A byword is something God never called you. Somebody as yellow as you walking around calling yourself a black person. Now think about it. Are you black, brother? But so if they would have told you back then that y'all green African Americans, you would have been walking around saying, hey, I'm a green African American. Because we got bywords on this.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So, under China people, under African people, under white people, under East Indian people, we was going to be all of these things. Proverbs, astonishments, and bywords. Alright, verse 41.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
So we were going to be fruitful and still have babies, but we weren't going to enjoy them. See that picture right there, brother? But they shall go into captivity with us. Because we weren't going to be able to enjoy them. Because I'm pretty sure if you got your elder, big mama or something, she'll tell you, hey, I was on the field with mama, but it wasn't so bad, but I was still on the field with her, right? All right, verse 43.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So if you don't see yourself on this sign, you're a stranger, which is the white man, the African Hamite people, the East Indian people, the Arab people, the Chinese people, and you got to think about what all those people got in common. They prosper around the world. They all got a land they can go back to. They all got a language they can speak, right? And they all prospering in America. You know, the Arab man owns the gas station. The East Indian man with red dot got a gas station. White man got the schools and the banks. Even somebody dark, just like me, come from Africa, come over here and open up a house store. But we, God people, they give us all the excuses that, hey man, y'all need better credit. Right? It said, the stranger shall get up above thee very high, and we shall come down very low.
44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So no matter where we was going to be led to, they was going to be the head, and we was going to be the tail. And what come out by the tail? Boo-boo, right? We get left to boo-boo. They lend us. We ain't got nothing to lend to these other nations, do we? Verse 45.
Moreover, all these curses,
all these blessings,
all these curses,
all these blessings,
all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Destroyed, calling ourselves black people, right?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses are going to be on God's people for a sign, like we just read at the beginning, for a wonder, and on our children forever.
Because thou serve not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God said, y'all don't want to serve me in joy? I just killed the Egyptians for y'all. I'm just telling y'all, don't sleep with each other, wife. Don't be homosexuals. And y'all mad about it? I just killed the whole nation. What's going to happen?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So these other nations are what?
Enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So they didn't just take it upon themselves like, hey, I'm going to go against them, and them. The Lord put a spirit in them. That, hey, I'm going to send you against my people. Precept.
Look at Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So, according to what we were just reading, the other nation was the enemy. Lord just said, never trust your enemy. Because so is iron rust, so is his wickedness. Which means anything out here that got made of iron, I'm talking, I don't care how good it's painted, one day it's going to rust. Oh, you still got that over? Oh, all right. Oh, okay. All right. We got to finish that out. So according to the Bible, the other nations are our enemies. Not my word, brother. I know it's a hard pill to swallow. You probably got a couple homeboy named Joe. But we gotta teach thus said the Lord, brother.
Verse 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Oh, he humble himself like, man, I love you, bud. But as soon as you go against his way, you just a dumb nigga. You're not smarter than me. The wickedness gonna come out. So let's go finish that out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So the Lord is going to send some enemies against us in hunger. Where you get your food from, bro? Who own them? Is it us who own it? Your enemy.